So, as is my way, I have left my video to the last minute, and I'm just getting up and getting ready for my night shift. And instead of doing my video last night because I was too tired, or today, I just spent the day drinking coffee and drawing. Yeah, so not a day wasted for sure. Um, So this is kind of like a last minute, lovely looking blurb of the book here. And we are on, if I find it, chapter 4. It's backwards. It's called The Big Snooze, or BS for short. And what this chapter is about is a little bit about ego, but not in the term that you would think of ego being conceited and showing off and stuff like that, but ego in the sense of looking for outside validation, doing things that kind of sabotage what you're trying to do, your happiness. And the big snooze is really a way of looking of how you go through life kind of half asleep, going along with the norms, what's expected of you, and about waking up and realizing what you really want to do, and that the fact that it is available for you to do. And it also talks about people who give those backhanded comments about, they sound like they're supporting you, but really they're just criticizing you and trying to talk you out of doing what you really want to do. And about how normally when you make a big life change, how those are usually the first people who will step out. The people who feel threatened or realize that maybe they're not happy in their life. And by you stepping out of your norm and waking up from your BS sleep, that it kind of shines a light on their own lives, and in return they reflect that back onto you, and you end up with a lot of negative people. And a lot of people don't even realize that they're doing it. They think they're giving you their advice and what they think, but they don't realize how negative and critical it comes off of, and it doesn't give you any critical, what's the word I'm looking for, any insight on a direction you can go. Like, not everybody has to agree with what you want to do, which is fine. But I find a lot of the times people will just give you their opinion and not really have anything to back it up. Or, they will present the problems that might arise, but they never ever give you like any insight. This might happen. Maybe you should look at doing this, this, and this to help prevent it. So there's usually a lot of the negativity aspect without the direction, or even like the validation of behind why they feel that way. I really like good constructive criticism that's well thought out, and not just simply, no, I don't like that, or that's silly, you're gonna fail, stuff like that, because it doesn't give you a point to jump off from or learn from, or it doesn't make you stop and think of different perspectives that you might not have thought of before. Like, if somebody tells me my drawing is ugly, and it's like, okay, fine, you don't have to like it, but why do you feel it's ugly? Like, do you think the lines are crooked? Or, give me something with your criticism that I can work on. Maybe it's something I don't see. I probably do see it if it's one of my drawings, but maybe it's something that I've never thought of before. So there's a very valid point there about, those are usually the first people that will pop up when you make a big life change. And probably about maybe 8, maybe even longer than that, 10 years ago, I woke up one day and realized how much negativity I had in my life. And I made a conscious effort to get rid of as much negativity as I could. And pretty much everybody in my life did not like the direction my life was going. And it ended up making me cut a lot of ties with people. And I wouldn't say cut ties, I just would stop entertaining their want for negativity or drama. And a lot of people, after a while, just completely stopped talking to me. And yeah, at first it kind of bothered me. A lot of people I didn't even realize would step out of my life if they're presented with the fact that I didn't want to respond to their negativity, and that if they were willing to approach me in a more positive manner or a more open-minded manner, then I'd be more than willing to engage in conversation and continue the friendship and stuff like that. But I was really surprised by how many people just weren't willing to put in that effort, and ended up leaving my life. So it was really hard to deal with at first, until one day I woke up and realized that the people that I had left in my life were very positive, very supportive, and it just made life so much easier not dealing with all the negativity all the time, and trying to find ways to take that negative attitude and turn it towards something more positive. So that was definitely something that was well worthwhile. And it really sucked at first, but in hindsight, I'm glad that was something I did. But even still, like, when I do new things, I'm always doing new things. This has never been an issue for me. I'm like the opposite of most people. I like do way too many things, and like I'm trying new stuff all the time, and I get that a lot when I try something new. There's always one or two people who will put that seed in my mind that I'm too old to do that, or I don't have the skills to do that. And it's just one of those things you get used to after a while. So yeah, for me, this chapter, like, so far, a lot of these chapters are things that I have been working on with myself, with my life, the stuff I've been through, my anxiety. I've so far found with these 4 chapters, it's already stuff that I've started doing in my life. And just reading through it, like, realizing that, yeah, you know what, I have come a long way from like 10, 12 years ago, where I was at that point in my life, just with the way I think, and how many things I did in my life to please everybody else and not myself. So after reading that chapter, it made me think about that, and it made me kind of grateful that I have been through that, and I am at a point in my life where I do enjoy the things in my life. There's still aspects that I want to change, that I want to work on. I don't think I'll ever be at a point where there's not something I want to work on, but I'm definitely in a lot better place than I was, say 10 years ago. Definitely in a lot better place. So yeah, I guess moral of the story today is wake up, take a look, don't put up with negativity, and walk away from the drama. Life's too short. I'm gonna go have a shower and get looking somewhat human and get going to work. Have a great day.